Hey guys, you're watching. Read a recap. The story begins in a mysterious forest, at the center of which resides a tree unlike any seen before. All of a sudden, a voice comes out of the tree. The voice is revealed to be the tree itself. As the tree claims that it is about to choke and die, it then notices its surroundings and wonders where on earth it might be. Upon further investigation, it finally realizes that it has been transformed into a tree. Thinking that this all might be just a dream, the tree tries to fall asleep again, hoping he will soon wake up from this nightmare. But his hopes don't come to fruition as he finds himself unable to sleep and still being a tree. Suddenly, the voice inside the tree remembers that it choked on some water. Consequently, he theorizes that he has been transmigrated, cursing his fate to be reincarnated as a tree rather than a young man with a harem of beautiful girls. The tree wonders what it has done to deserve such a punishment. Suddenly, it realizes that trees do not have any sort of sight. However, for some weird reason he can see, it then tries to move its branches, finding that it is only able to move one out of the 50. Blaming his fate yet again, he sees an airplane up in the sky. This causes him to think that he might still be in the same era as when he was alive. Just then, two bees show up, buzzing all around him and getting annoyed at their actions. It uses its only moving branches to kill them both in a single strike. Suddenly, he receives 0.2 evolution points, just as a stats bar appears before him. Now being named UZU, he then uses his newly acquired points to strengthen his branches. Upon doing so, he becomes able to move another branch. Half a month has passed, and UZU is now able to manipulate all of his branches independently, being much stronger than before. He tries to use his techniques on a boulder near him but fails to reach it. Nonetheless, even though his attack failed to make contact, he managed to shatter a piece of the boulder via the shockwave it produced. Now, with the ambition of one day becoming the world tree of this planet, UZU continues to grow himself and his powers. Having no need to study, play, or even work, he spends all his time traveling his path to become a tree god. He also realizes that this world and his original world are different from each other, as this one is filled with mutated air. He also happens upon a nest of baby peregrine falcons, which are calling UZU their home. Wondering if he can tame these beasts and get help practicing for air battles, UZU takes it upon himself to hunt and feed the neglected nest. After killing and feeding a rabbit to the falcons, he then tries to strengthen his roots. But he finds that roots cost 1 point rather than 0.1 for branches to strengthen. Claiming that the roots must be more important, he decides in favor of it. Although this causes him tremendous pain, as though he is being hit by an electric drill, his suffering pays off as he can now manipulate his root, just like his branches, which are considerably thicker and stronger. As such, he then tries to move with the use of his root, but finds the experience to be even more painful. While claiming that he has to strengthen all his other roots to protect his trunk, his heart, and his lifeline, he suddenly hears some movement in the distance and prepares for battle. UZU finds that the movement was caused by a fox. Although injured, the beast is still barely alive. However, upon examination, he finds that the fox has been poisoned somehow. Hesitant to feed this poisoned meat to the falcons, UZU contemplates what he should do when he learns that his life essence has the ability to detoxify and heal. Deciding to test this revelation out, he helps out the fox. His life essence seems to be highly effective, as the fox immediately gets back up, feeling better than ever. Furthermore, UZU then decides to kill the beast in order to get more points. Despite his malicious desires, he is forced to stop his attack when the fox quickly becomes affectionate toward him. As the fox rubs against him, he is clearly taken aback by its cuteness and decides to pet it. Suddenly, the fox starts to shine. UZU learns that this beast is now evolving thanks to consuming his branch's sap. Transforming to be bigger, the evolution surprises UZU, but he gets more surprised when two girls show up. The girls set up a small altar at UZU's trunk, revealing that the father of these girls was buried under him. After a quick prayer, one of the girls drags the other to a nearby lake, preparing to take a shower, while our perverted tree friend tries to peek at them undressing. But his dreams are crushed, as his view gets blocked by another tree. Trying to readjust his position, UZU tries to move around a bit, but again experiences unimaginable pain. Cursing his inability to move, he decides to cease his foolishness. As the girls get done with their shower, they head back to their village and promise to return soon. A week has already passed since the girls came to visit, and Yuziyu has progressed significantly. He also feeds his life essence to the peregrine falcons, increasing their growth process by a lot. Now that he has a red fox and a group of falcons by his side, he has gotten closer to his goal of becoming a tree god. As some time passes, he also decides to take down a beast that has been targeting him for a long time, a golden eagle. With the help of his new pets, he manages to lure the eagle within his range and promptly defeats it. However, after gaining victory against this measly bird, Yuziyu claims that he has to get stronger in order to survive. He claims that if he is to encounter a beast of the same level as him, due to his inability to move, he is sure to die. Furthermore, he theorizes that there is going to be at least one monster capable of defeating him in the vast cavern where he resides. As such, he cannot act carelessly. Not only he, but even his pets need to get significantly stronger so they can keep surviving. Nonetheless, as they all worked hard in working together to defeat the eagle, Yuziyu decides to give them a treat, some of his yummy life essence. But their celebration is interrupted when they encounter yet another powerful monster, a war axe snake. This foe quickly destroys 26 of Yuziyu's branches in a single blow. Upon checking the stat bar, he also learns that this snake was on the same level as him, a level 9. The red fox, now named Xiaohong, starts to act aggressively towards the snake, revealing this snake to be the one who poisoned him previously. Suddenly, their enemy launches a powerful attack. Yuziyu orders everyone to hide behind him, and then proceeds to block the attack. Using the points he gathered, he quickly strengthened all of his roots and managed to barely block the attack. Not only that, but he also attacks the snake, but his attack fails to penetrate the tough skin of his foe. Thankfully, this attack makes the snake second-guess this fight, and it quickly leaves. While Yuziyu barely manages to survive, he blames his weak self for this incident. Suddenly, a message screen pops up asking, "Do you wish to evolve?" Never wanting to be in a situation similar to this ever again, Yuziyu presses yes without hesitation. In just a few seconds, he starts to evolve, growing bigger and stronger. After having all his roots and branches restored, he finds that even his pets have been affected by his evolution. As such, he decides to promptly send out his falcons to locate the war axe snake. As they speed off in the distance, Yuziyu notices that the falcon's speed has risen. Moreover, he also notices a commotion, finding that the two girls from before are being chased by many monsters. From this, Yuziyu learns that all monsters in the area are attracted to him because of his life essence. However, this doesn't mean he will allow them to eat him. Red Fox and the falcons quickly defend the girls, while Yuziyu starts to clobber up all the monsters. Launching strong attacks, he quickly deals with the beasts, but decides to keep a few stronger ones alive to nurture and train. Now, he turns his attention to the girls, who are knocked out cold due to the shock. Wondering what he should do with them, he feels that killing them would only attract more attention. As such, he decides to use another method. As the girls awaken, Yuziyu writes that he is the father of these sisters. The girls don't believe this, and reasonably so. As such, the younger girl tells Yuziyu to reveal her greatest secret, something she has only told her dad. Thanks to the stats bar, he is able to provide this information to her. Meanwhile, inside his mind, Yuziyu claims that, in the time since he has been reincarnated in this world, maybe their father's soul, who was buried underneath him, and his soul got fused together. Finally, the girls get convinced by his words. They also revealed that because of an unknown element in the air known as spiritual energy, all living creatures have started to evolve. But Yuziyu has some more problems on his hands, more like his roots. He has to tame the monsters he decided not to kill. However, he decides to do something else first, opening his status window, and beginning his new enhancement to become stronger. After sending Xiao Ling, the younger sister, and Xiao Qing, the older sister, down the mountain with Red Fox, he quickly gets to enhance himself. The next morning, Yuziyu was stronger than ever before. Moreover, he has acquired new effects and techniques. In addition, thanks to his roots growing deeper in the ground, they have reached an underground river filled with spiritual energy. Delighted at his fate, he finds that the falcons have returned from their search for the war axe snake empty-handed. As he finally starts to discipline the beasts he captured the day before, his daughters return to visit. Seeing the beasts injured, the sister quickly treated their wounds, much to Yuziyu's surprise, This experience makes him think that maybe it's all right to relax once in a while. However, in the background, a sinister yet shadowy figure of the war axe snake is seen, giving an evil grin. Half a month has passed since the sisters discovered Yu Ziyu. They once again ventured into the forest to visit their father. Red Fox, much like always, heads down to pick up the sisters and helps them reach Yu Ziyu's location. As they ride on Red Fox's back, they suddenly get intervened by the war axe snake, who launches a powerful attack towards them. Meanwhile, Yu Ziyu continues to hoard up points, killing all the beasts he lures in thanks to his pets. Finally, today he manages to gather up a huge amount, and as such, decides to enhance some of his roots to level 2. Despite it costing a whopping 100 points, he accepts this deal only to find his root has transformed significantly. He tests out his attack, claiming the after effects look like a scene from hell. While doing so, he wonders why it is taking Red Fox so much time on such a short journey. On the other hand, the war axe snake is seen dripping with blood. Worried about the girls and Red Fox, Yu Ziyu sends out the falcons to locate them. Just then, Red Fox, in a near-death state, fumbles towards Yu Ziyu. He quickly heals it using his life essence, questioning why he is alone and where the girls are. Suddenly, in the distance, he sees the snake smirking and playing with Xiao Ling's dead-like body. Overcome with rage, Yu Ziyu uses his strongest root to attack the snake, managing to snatch away Ling's body before the snake devours it. Understanding his little chance of victory, the war axe snake quickly retreats. Meanwhile, Yu Ziyu forcibly gives Ling her life essence, but she shows no signs of progress. Despite using all his points, Ling still doesn't wake up. Moreover, Xiao Qing is nowhere to be seen. As such, Yu Ziyu then sends her down the mountain to her village, where the villagers treat her, but to no avail. After hearing of her condition from his falcons, Yu Ziyu, along with all his pets and monsters, furiously prepares to take his revenge on the snake. All of Yu Ziyu's pets gang up on the war axe snake. Despite their obvious difference in strength, they all continue to attack the snake. Injured and bruised, still they all push forward while thinking of nothing but revenge. Nonetheless, the snake is still too powerful. Suddenly, Red Fox confronts the snake, resolving himself to finally tear apart this snake. Red Fox rushes in to attack, caring not for his own life. Snake also realizes the rage within Red Fox, deciding to kill him no matter what. They both start to clash, attacking each other repeatedly. As they both start to receive damage, the falcons also show up. They all, along with Red Fox, attack the snake furiously, demanding he return the sisters' lives. The falcon uses a self-sacrificing attack called a bullet dive, in which they reach speeds higher than their bodies can handle to attack their foe. As strong sadness flows through the air, the pets remember their reason for this fight, and rush to attack. Using their combined strength, and the sacrifices and efforts of their peers, they manage to push back the axe snake, slowly but surely. Nonetheless, the snake still continues to fight back with all his might, not wanting to die. However, all of this is calculated into Yu Ziyu's plan, as he reveals that he has used his pets to lure the axe snake within his reach. Upon noticing Yu Ziyu, the snake immediately tries to flee, realizing he is no match for him. In spite of this, Yu Ziyu easily captures his foe, giving it a hard blow. Henceforth, Yu Ziyu proceeds to smash the snake on the ground, finally killing it once and for all. As the survivor among his beasts gathers up to witness the demise of their foe, Yu Ziyu continues to senselessly beat the lifeless snake, proclaiming he has no right to rest. While crying their eyes out, he and all his beasts mourn the losses of Xiao Ling and Xiao Qing. Yu Ziyu claims that in this world of the strong devouring the weak, the sisters' lives will nourish new ones and make them all stronger. But this sadness within them all is not unreasonable. Soon after the battle ends, Yu Ziyu thanks all the beasts for helping him take revenge. He also offers his life essence to all of them as a parting gift. He announces that everyone present can leave if they wish to do so. The beasts, which include a cow, monkey, crane, and a pack of tempestuous wolves, drink the life essence, and they immediately level up. As Yu Ziyu expresses his happiness at their growth, he claims he is excited to see their progress in the future. Surprisingly, none of the beasts decide to leave, deciding to stay with him instead. Delighted to no end, Yu Ziyu promises to help them get stronger and make sure they don't die. Soon after, he then assigns a task to all the beasts, forming a strong foundation. Everything is back to normal, until one day, when a shining orb of light appears in front of Yuziyu, containing a humanoid figure. This glowing orb is revealed to the mutated soul of Xiaoqing. Yuziyu also learns that his branches have a special ability to nurture souls. As such, he decides to do so with Xiaoqing. He surrounds the soul with his branches, as a gentle voice asks who she is. He tells her that she is Xiaoqing, a person important to him. Suddenly, she starts to get a headache, stating that a stream of sadness is entering her mind. In addition, she claims that this is a great exhaustion for her body. This statement makes Yuziyu wonder about the possibilities. As such, he comes up with an insane idea. He proceeds to ask Xiaoqing's soul whether she can live inside Xiuling's body, as Ling herself. In this world, humans have now formed an organization to deal with and study spiritual energy and these mutated monsters. Furthermore, humans who have a special ability to manipulate spiritual energy have also appeared. These humans, upon awakening, are given the title of special beings. A similar human named Yangao Yuan, along with the chief of this organization, Chen Yang, make their way to Yuziyu after learning of a strong presence there. Meanwhile, Yuziyu decides to set up a smokescreen of fog and illusions to keep out other humans. However, he soon feels the presence of Yangao and his companions as they enter the fog. Back to Yangao and his group, who have Yuziyu's fog but are unable to continue because of it. Chen Yang orders some people to watch their vehicles while others enter the fog and visit the village. Along with them, they take special ammunition that has been created solely for these mutated beasts. Yuziyu, in the meantime, has convinced Qing of his plan, and she tries to fuse with Ling's body. Just then, she sees the image of Yangao, who has entered the village and claims that Ling can be revived. While Qing tries her best to fuse with Ling's body on her end, remotely, Yangao also pulls out a mysterious red potion. Claiming that Ling has a special ability that is needed in these disastrous times, he feeds this potion to her. As this potion enters Ling's body, Qing feels an immense rush of power, and she finally manages to take over the body. This causes Ling to immediately wake up, much to everyone's surprise. Yuziyu orders the Qing to retrieve information on the humans who have entered the village. Later that night, the villagers throw a party to celebrate Ling's recovery. During the party, Ling makes contact with Yangao and asks him their reason for coming here. He reveals that mutated beasts were spotted here via satellite and are here to do some research. Luckily, Yangao and his team haven't yet learned about Yuziyu's presence. The next day, the group heads out. Before their departure, Yangao asks Ling's grandfather to let her accompany them, claiming he will see to it that she is taken care of. Her grandfather agrees, having no other choice. The group then decides to pick up Ling on their return and make their way into the forest. However, they are confused in the fog. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, and see you on the next one.